everybody. You know who I am, Caroline Best, founder of the Tao of Horsemanship. And today's video is going to mark Blue and Bandit's official first day of under saddle training. Day one, we're going to call it. Doesn't mean I'm going to work with them every day, maybe not even every week, but we are officially getting started. The reason why you're seeing me instead of the video right now is because while I was filming the other day, the first part, of course, the intro where I'm speaking and explaining and talking to you guys about what I am going to do, what I'd like to accomplish, got corrupted. That file got corrupted. No matter what I did, whatever program I used to help repair the file did not work. So we have the other two videos that I'm going to be compiling together. I'm going to give you a quick intro about what you're going to be seeing, because you're going to be jumping right into me working in the free lunge in my round pen with both horses. So I'm going to give you a little bit of an intro to this video and its purpose. For one thing, the reason why I'm working with both horses, there's many reasons why. And the first thing I want to mention is I can work with more than one horse. I have that skill level. And it's really important at my level, being a rehabilitation specialist, that I utilize everything that I can to help a horse move through the process of rehabilitation easily and with the least amount of stress. And that begins by bringing in another horse that is, one, calm and connected to me and has a more calm nervous system, a more regulated nervous system, and that would be Blue. And so that's the main reason why I'm working with them together, is because Blue is at the point where he can help me help Bandit. And I've always worked like this. Now, this takes time, working with several horses together. And as I tell my students all the time, develop the easiest horse first so that it's easy. A lot of people asked me over the years, and I know they ask a lot of other professionals, why don't you show more videos, Caroline, of you working with really difficult, challenging horses, especially in your online courses? And number one, I would never do that in an online course. Now, I may give you problem-solving videos where I demonstrate the course lessons, and I do this, the course lessons with two types of horses, two basic scenarios. One where the horse is completely shut down, one where the horse is very reactive. But you're not going to learn. You're not going to learn if you're constantly watching the problem, because you're not going to understand what you're watching. And number two, you're not going to understand what you're working towards, meaning visually and physically. You want to be able to create that mental and muscle memory of what it should be like, what it should feel like. If you're constantly, fighting with your horse, for the lack of a better word, or being challenged mentally and frustrated, then you're going to get stuck there. And so I don't recommend working with more than one horse until you are really solid with one horse. Then you can bring in your other horses one at a time. But you have to know also, like I'm doing with Blue, and you'll see in the video, you have to know how to ask that horse that's more solid and regulated in their nervous system and connected to you. You have to know how to ask them to help you. And my program is totally set up for this. My big program, it is an apprentice program. So it is designed to teach you all the way through from the beginning to the end, which is second level dressage. And it doesn't matter where you are in your horsemanship skills or experience, whether you're a beginner or a pro, you're all going to be learning the same things, just like the horses. You're all going to be going into this at the same level of experience, meaning I have worked with so many very well experienced horsemen and horsewomen over the years that are, showing and competing. Not very many, because I really don't support that industry, but people that really want the best, out of their horsemanship without compromising the horse. They want to reach their potential. And they know a lot of skills, but they don't know my method. And so that's why everybody comes in, including the horses, at the beginner level. It doesn't matter how much you know. the way in which I'm teaching it is totally different than anything else out there. So for those of you that have multiple horses, start learning how to do what you see. This is how I start the more intense education of all horses. This is how I start them and restart them. Pretty much where you're going to be entering here after my intro. So this doesn't include, forming the bond and handling them every day and specific exercises. Obviously, all of those are included in my big program, my step-by-step process. But when it comes to getting the horses ready to work in the round pen freely, where I am working on nervous system regulation in hand with healthy natural biomechanics, they're going in hand. This is how we begin. And Bandit's going to be a great representation of most of your horses. How do I want to say it? He came to me 4 years ago, untouched and wild. I say wild like this because I'm sure he was held in captivity for some point before he came to me because of the trauma. And that's what we're dealing with now in the round pen. Him being confined and the whole space and the energy level being a huge trigger for him. And I find that 98% of our domesticated horses go through the same experience. You go through the same experience when you are starting to work with them freely in a round pen. They have so many, unfortunately, they have so many triggers from just bad training and being confused and traumatized. So it's great that you're going to have two totally different horses. You're going to have Bandit, and he's going to represent most of the horses out there, including yours. And you're going to have Blue for those of you that have a really, well-adjusted nervous system in your horse, and a lot of bonding and a lot of connection. Okay, so this intro is to let you know that these are the areas that I'm working on in this big video. And of course, I'm talking to you while you are watching me work with both horses. But nervous system regulation is number one. Until you get that, a horse is not going to be able to feel safe. Period. That's number one. Safety. They've got to feel safe within their body. That means, is Bandit feeling like he's on self-preservation mode? Or is he feeling safe enough to relax and connect with me? So with nervous system regulation, not until you have it, until you get nervous system regulation in a horse, you will not get anything. You may be able to make things happen. You may be able to force things to happen, but you truly won't have a horse that feels safe, is safe, trusts you, wants to connect with you, and is open to learning. So in this video, the video that got corrupted, when I first brought the boys into the round pen, the things that I'm looking for is one, who stays connected to me when we come into the round pen. When we come in and I take the halter off, who stays with me? And in my big program, my step-by-step process, it is important that your horse stays with you. I don't want my horse walking off. If they walk off, that's information. It's not a correction. It's information. So in the intro video that got corrupted, Bandit stayed for like a few seconds, maybe 30 seconds. And then the minute I called Blue, and Blue stayed with me, the minute I called Blue into the center, Bandit, he didn't take off, but he just started walking. And so I called him and I used all of our bonding and relationship and aids, energy, smiling, my voice. Hey, buddy. Hey, cutie pie. I love you. I used all of that to bring him to a halt. And he came to a halt. He might have walked like 30 feet. He came to a halt, but he wouldn't come to me. Eventually he did. And the point I was making in the first intro is I never touch a horse until they touch me. To this day, every day. And right now, all I have are my horses here at my farm. There's just the 5 horses. I do not touch them till they touch me and tell me they want to be engaged. The next thing I want to say is when you get to this place in your relationship and nervous system regulation with your horse, like I am with my horses, they always want to be touched. They will always offer to be engaged and connect with you. Why? Because this is how they are designed. They are the most social species on the planet. They live for relationships, and it is the relationship that motivates them. Motivates them to want to stay connected, form relationships, try. So that's the beauty. They will always be. Let me turn that off. They will always want you, but it takes time to get there. And so, as I'm encouraging Bandit to feel safe enough when he stopped, it's all about his nervous system. I'm not there to, oh, you didn't come to me when I call you, so I'm going to chase you back out again. That's what a lot of natural horsemanship does. I learned that in the very beginning, 25 years ago, when I got back into horses and was learning from some of the biggest names in the industry. No, there's no punishment here. There's no correction here. Get this right with your horse. Take the time it takes so it takes less time. And keep working on creating a really beautiful experience for your horse. And so you've got to take your energy down and create the space for your horse's nervous system to get quiet, calm down, get regulated. And so what I had mentioned in the first video is, in the very beginning, when I got back into horses, I was always in my third chakra. I was always in my fire chakra. I had forgotten how to meditate. Oh yeah, I had gotten so out of that practice. And now here I am back with these amazing beings, these horses, these sentient beings. And, especially Legend. He's my little Arab. He was like, I'm not putting up with this. You are electrocuting me every time. And so I learned how to squat or sit. And I always brought my mounting block in because it was durable and safe versus a chair. I just left it in there. And so I would just either squat down on the ground, which I can't do anymore because my knees are so bad, or I'd sit on this mounting block. And damn it, every time I take my energy down physically, he would come in. And so what you didn't get to see is I did squat. He still didn't come. I got up and I just bent down and I just kept talking to him, and I just kept my breath work and all the things that I know works between us, like my smile and I love you. He trusts all of that. He's such a bonded horse bandit, believe it or not. He's just triggered in the round pen. Well, he eventually came, but he wouldn't let me touch him. He came, so far away, and then he kind of stood sideways. So my point here is, allow all of this to happen. You have to allow the horse to make the choice. When they decide that you can touch them and they tell you that they feel safe enough in your presence, then you've earned that. And it'll get easier so much faster. Everything will fall into place so much easier. If you keep getting frustrated, and you try to correct them, which so many techniques teach you and it's wrong, or punish them, then you're going to create a horse that doesn't ever truly trust you. And at some point, they are going to get triggered and explode. And so eventually, as I'm talking to Bandit, he comes closer and closer, and then he's right on top of me for loves and kisses. And then the lick and chew happens. There's another somatic, visceral release for the horse, the lick and chew. Meanwhile, Blue's licking and chewing, falling asleep. Unfortunately, the video got corrupted, and yawning. So it's, your horse is your mirror, absolute mirror. It doesn't mean that they don't have autonomy. It doesn't mean that they obviously aren't going to feel differently than you and show up differently than you. But when you're working like this, allow your horse to teach you. A horse like Bandit can teach you, obviously. He can tell you, hey, this is working or not working for me. Because what's your whole goal here? What do you want out of this round pen experience. In my teaching, I always want the 3 levels of join up. And they're not going to happen if the horse doesn't feel safe in their nervous system. And the 3 levels of join up are, does the horse join me in mind? And that means they focus on me. They choose to look at me, ask questions, connect. Do they join me in heart? That means that they envelop me. Every horse will eventually stand so close to you and wrap themselves around you, because that's horse nature. Not human nature, it's horse nature. That's what horses do. That's what they're supposed to do. That's what they do in the wild. So they're always grooming, always bonding. They're always close to each other's nervous system. So if your horse isn't doing those things with you, you need to work towards creating that, because that tells you when your horse can wrap themselves around you and bond with you and share that intimate space with you and groom you and lick you and yawn with you and love on you, that tells you how safe they feel and how much they care about you and how present they are in that space. How present, not shut down, not on guard, how soft and present they are with you. So I have a ways to go with Bandit. And this is the beginning of showing you guys that it is a very flexible process. The more you know, the better it will go. There is no one technique that's going to help him. You have to have many tools in your tool chest. And while I will be showing you my tools and explaining what tool I'm using and why, you still have to learn it. That's what my big program teaches you. So again, one of the things that I'm always looking for, okay, in the 3 levels of join up, sorry, we want the mind to focus on you. We want the heart, we want the horse to feel safe enough to start to be affectionate with you. And then of course the body hooks onto you and wants to be close to you. Those are the 3 levels of join up. Now, when I first start a horse in a round pen, not only am I looking for them to stay connected to me and then follow me to the center before we begin the work, I also would like them to start the work at a walk. 98% of you aren't going to be able to do that because the horse has trauma. And they're easily triggered by pressure because their understanding and experience with pressure, driving pressure, anything changing has been negative. And it shouldn't be that way. You should be able to do, yep, let's go. And your horse just go, huh? What does that mean? Because there's no intention. But if I do, yep, let's go, with a horse that's been traumatized, they're going to do what? Freak out, spin, and take off. So this isn't about bomb-proofing. It isn't about desensitizing. The way my training method works is that everything falls into place in time, the way it's supposed to, and organically. And you're developing all the skills and learning all the tools and aids needed to help that process. You're not here to control the process. To an extent, things escalate and get out of control and get dangerous. Yes, you got to shut it down, redirect it. Yes. But other than that, you're here to allow. You're here to gather information. You're here to let your horse have a voice. See how they show up. So when I first asked the boys to come in, Bandit, came to me, wanted the love-ins, allowed me to touch him. I waited a while, still waited about 5 minutes, let the lick and chew, let the head come down, more relaxation, get into Blue's nervous system frequency. Remember, for those of you that don't know about Heart Math Institute or Heart Math, it starts within 4 feet. So the horse's electromagnetic field, which is real, and there's science to prove it, around their heart is strong enough, that frequency, when they're either relaxed and regulated or dysregulated and stressed, that frequency is strong enough at either level for us, we're just not tuned in, but other horses to feel it 4 feet, 20 feet, 30, 50 feet away. Yes. So Blue, now Bandit's in Blue's nervous system regulation, my nervous system regulation, and only then do I begin the work. And so I originally asked them both to come to me a little bit, stop, back up. And can you handle the pressure of backing away from me and staying relaxed and calm and connected? Blue was. Bandit wasn't quite sure. So he took off at a walk, which was great, not a trot. And I just said, okay, Blue, follow Bandit. So they were both walking. Unfortunately, that video got corrupt. But they were both walking. And then, because this is another reason why I'm working with them together, they're both around the same age, 7 and 8. They're both young and they have strong play drives. And so they started to roughhouse. And so what you're seeing at the very beginning of this video is when I said that's enough. You know, they started to walk together, then they started to roughhouse, and then it became a trot. And you'll be coming into the video where Blue probably bit Bandit's neck in play, and I broke it up and interrupted it, and then I just lightly pushed them forward and maintained the trot. So one more thing I want to bring up also is often when we ask the horse to go out into a circle around us in the round pen, or even online, lunging, free lunge or online, they escalate. And you'll do everything you can. I always choose the path of least resistance. How can I bring my energy down? Can I influence their energy to relax? Can I wait it out for a few seconds and just see if they'll calm down? But I'm really, obviously working to calm my energy down and count the 4-beat walk while they're trotting or cantering. 50% of the time that works. And they fall back into your energy field and calm down. But the other 50%, they don't. And they just stay in that loop of crazy. And so you could interrupt it and bring them in and shut them down, or you can just choose to work where they're at. And I chose to work where they're at. And then what I'm looking for is that it doesn't escalate, that it starts to work itself through that bit of adrenaline rush and panic at the trot, that Bandit can start through the regulation of the movement, a regular tempo, meaning he's not speeding up, not slowing down. This is all science and part of the nervous system. When a horse gets a regular tempo, they start to get regulated in their nervous system. That's the reality. That's the physicality of how you know they're starting to relax. However, the rest of the body has to follow. For Blue, he keeps trying to stretch, and for Bandit, he's all hollowed out and tight, even though he gets regular at the trot. So these are just some things I want you guys to pay attention to. Yeah, it's complicated. Horses are complicated. There is nothing not complicated about it. You're working with a beautiful, living, emotional being, intelligent. They have an amazing capacity to learn, remember, problem solve. They're very emotional. They're highly social. And so don't let anyone tell you any different. And it is challenging, especially when you want to honor that, meaning you're not here to force them, to make them submit, to dominate them. You're here to really work on true partnership and learning how to communicate and work together. So I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, where you're actually going to see me working with both boys and explaining a lot. And thank you very much.
And about me, it was obvious when the circle gets smaller, they are thinking about you, they are connecting to your energy. If your energy is grounded. If it's not grounded, they're going to want to get the hell out of here. Come on, that's it. Break it up. Yep, break it up. So this is what I need to see. I need this to happen because I need them to figure out how to be together without challenging each other constantly. Now, I've waited all these years because Blue is only 7 and he's a very playful, very immature in a lot of ways, very mature and very immature. And Bandit has got so much beautiful, wild, innocent, happy play. And I don't want to take that away. And they're young. I mean, Bandit's what, 8? A year older than Blue. Oh, they're starting to breathe heavy. Good, good. Let's see if you guys will want to come in. Good, excellent, good boy. So I'm going to leave Bandit out there. Good boy. So good. Yeah, good. Good boy. The Bandit's still going. Hi. Well, hello. You can come in. Come on. Come on. Come on. No, I know you're gonna come. And I'm gonna put the whip out to create that channel. Come here. No, I don't need you coming. Come here. So he's not sure. Come on. Come on. I'm gonna do what I can to encourage him. Come on. Come on. That's a good boy. I know you're good boys. You're both good boys. Come on. All right, let's just see if he'll figure it out then. What I don't want to do is chase him back out because he didn't come when I called him. One, you're going to confuse the heck out of him because he wants to come. He has such a strong bond. He screams for me all the time. He comes every time I call him. He's just petrified of this environment. So I don't want to heighten that. So this is where it's his choice. I'm going to do what I can to make this feel good. Feel good in the nervous system. Obviously Blue's helping because it feels good to Blue, and Blue's nervous system is really calm. Come on. So this is where Bandit, any horse that's hesitating like this, wants to. He's facing me. He wants to come in. He's just not sure. Come on. I'm going to do what I can to encourage him. Come on. But it has to be his choice. I'm not going to go to him and hug him with the whip and pull him in. I could do that, but don't do that, you guys. Don't do that. See how long it takes for him to come. And where is your energy? You guys really have to practice bringing that energy up, holding it as it drives the horse, tempering it, meaning wax on, wax off. Sometimes I'll tell my clients, and I certainly needed a lot of this in the beginning when I was learning how to work with energy. I needed to squat, and I usually keep my mounting block in here and I sit on it, and they automatically come because your energy goes down. So let's just, oh, my knees are bad, guys. Let's see what happens. Come here. It might spook some horses who've never seen you in this position. Come on. No, don't bite me. Come on. He's not sure. Oh, I can't do that for long. My knees are shot. Come on. It's a cootie pie. Don't lick and chew, cootie pie. Come on. Come on. There you go. There you go. So your job is to do everything you can to change his experience. Yes. So he's got to get what? Confident and comfortable with pressure, with you being able to say, hey, I need you to back up. But backing up doesn't mean fly and run away from me. Hey, I need you to move out at a walk. I need you to move out at a trot. I need to work on developing you biomechanically. I can't even do that until he feels safe in here. And safety is all about nervous system regulation for horses. Sure, I'm helping by talking to him and using the same tone in my voice and the words that he's familiar with. All those I call extra aids, and they're helping. But the biggest connection has got to be through the nervous system. If your horse doesn't feel safe with you, you're screwed. And in my method, this is the mastery. This is the work. It's always a work in progress for me, for all of us, because you never know what the day is going to present, and then you come at your horse with whatever energy you have, and your horse is going to mirror that for the most part, unless they're just desensitized and deadened to it. So this is as far as he's going to come right now. So I'm going to go to him, but give him a horseman's handshake and see if he'll touch me first. I'm not going to touch him unless he touches me. And he's a toucher. He usually puts my hand or my face in his mouth. He never bites, but everything goes in the mouth for him. He's very explorative and open and gregarious that way. So this is your baseline, your information, as I call it. Wow. So I don't force any of this. I don't go to him. I respect where he needs to be, and knowing the nervous system like I know it, and you guys need to learn it. For horses to learn they've got to be able to decompress, and then they're able to process. Right now, he's so tight. He's not licking and chewing. He's not shaking and releasing stress that way. He's standing here looking at me and blinking, but he's not relaxed. And until he really relaxes, none of this is going to make sense to him. It's not going to feel right. And you're just going to keep repeating it. I call it Groundhog Day. This is where slowing down is so important. Everybody is being taught to make things happen, technically make it happen, force it to happen. And this is how or why most of you still have accidents. When you allow the horse to fully decompress in a situation like this, and this could be the end of our lesson, but I'm not leaving until he really releases. And that could take another half an hour, and that would be the end of our lesson. And I would build on that every time. I would build on that every time. Why is that so important? Because that is the fastest way to rehabilitate and teach. When a horse is fully present, not in self-preservation like he is, fully connected and relaxed like Blue, then the teaching is going to be like this. The learning is going to be like this. But you got to get there, and that's the hardest part, because it takes a lot of mindfulness on your part, and paying attention and awareness, and attunement. These gnats are awful. We don't have a lot of flies here, but all the gnats are bad. They all wear fly masks, and then I've got to touch up their tails, their butts, because the gnats get around where they're sweaty back there and leave their saliva and their bacteria, and then that's how you get the itch. All right, you're gonna take my mic off, babes. You're not gonna touch me? You love me. You love me. Yeah, I know you do. Aye. And I love you. I love you. And I'm holding the whip the whole time because it's part of the experience. He's got to relate the whip to positive, not to negative. No, that's my mic. Do not bite. I'm glad you're happy. Hi. What? I love you. I love you. Yeah, I love you. I love you. Yeah, you know what I love you means. I'll touch you now. Oh, big licks because I touched him. Yeah, he gave me his heart chakra. Oh, I know, I love you. You're safe. Yeah, don't bite me, Blue. Not back there. You're going to ruin my mic. You guys bite my little antennas off. Stop. Stop. Remember, an open mouth like Blue's is a confident, exploratory mouth. I could back him up if he got to like attacking everything, chewing on my sweat rag, my mic, everything. Yeah, I could back him up, but at the same time, you want to moderate it. You don't want to stop it. The mouthiness. You want to moderate it because it's his way of exploring, gaining confidence, communicating. It's every horse's way. Blue's just happens to be a lot, and so is Bandit. He's very mouthy too. Yes. There you go, sweet pea. Yes. There's your kisses. Love you. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. More licks and chews. Yes, it's all good, booba. It's all good. So, the moral to the story here is don't force this to happen. And believe me, in the beginning, it wouldn't happen. And when I had to gentle him and he lived in here for the first month or two, I never forced it. I fed him, I watered him, I cleaned his pen, and I just sit on my mounting block and ground myself and work on my energy until he started feeling safe enough to move around it and be near it. It only took 2 weeks. The nervous system is all, that's horses. In a nutshell, that's everything about horses. As a prey animal, there's one it's three words, nervous system regulation, but if there's one word to describe a horse entirely and in every way, it's nervous system regulation. That's how they communicate, that's how they bond or don't bond, form bonds or don't form bonds, feel safe or don't feel safe. That's how they learn or don't learn. That's how they relax or don't relax. It's everything. And it is the hardest thing for us because we have to present a regulated nervous system first. So I'm gonna move Blue out and see if Bandit will stay here with me. So this is just information because we're gonna use this video as a baseline for both the boys going back into a light training, not a full-time training, just a few days a week. Yes, you little baby. Blue still got baby eyes. Blue is still a baby. Yes, you are. Oh, the mommy's baby. You're such a mama's boy. I love you. Let's go out at a walk. Yeah, push that shoulder out straight. Good. And this is all straightness training. Push him on the rail. Yeah, and I want nothing to do with this one over here. He can follow me. This one, I don't want to say his name. Mr. Bandit, who's behind me, because that's where he feels the safest, and that's fine. What do I want right now? I want Blue to help me help Bandit feel safe in his nervous system. So it's, you know, this is part of the process of working with two horses, is working with them independently as well as together. And it's all information. So like if Bandit took off, I might stay out here with Blue for a little bit as long as Blue stays connected to me and doesn't run off with Bandit. That's going to escalate. But when I have a more mature horse in the work and Blue's getting there, it's easier for a horse like Blue to stay with me even if Bandit took off. But as you guys already saw, they're rivals, and there's still a lot of rivalry between them when they're working together. And I need to work them through that, where they learn how to be together. And a lot of that has to do with maturity. That's why I have not started this since, what? Bandit's been with me for 4 years. And Blue's been with me since he was 8 months old. So there's a time and a place for everything. And this is how, unfortunately, this is how people screw up horses. They start things that are not appropriate for that horse at that age level. So every horse, like human, has their own maturity, their own nature, their own maturity level. They can, like Blue and Bandit could be the exact same age, but they're two completely different horses. So Bandit could be more mature in so many ways, and Blue could be so much more immature. So they both need to learn the same things, but you're gonna have to teach it to them differently. Yep. Good boy. Thank you, Blue. Come with Mama in the shade. Yeah, thank you, love. That was beautiful. Poor Bandit. So the interesting thing is I was thinking about as I was calling Blue in, do you want to do some round pen, Bandit? He's licking and chewing, sorry. There's just me. I don't have anybody manning the camera, but he's right there looking at me, licking and chewing. Come here. Come on. Good boy. Come on. Come on. Come on, sweet boy. Good boy. So anytime his ears are on me, come here. His ears are on me, but he keeps looking away. And so anytime a horse is looking at you with 2 ears and 2 eyes, but then they're over here, they're just unsure, just give it time. Let them decide. When they decide, like when he decided he could be near me, then he was ready. Then he felt safe and he was ready. He was ready for the next step. And it was never forced. Not saying that once I got the halter on him and the lead rope, he didn't freeze and then panic. He did, and it's all on film. Look at Blue getting possessive. This is where you're gonna interrupt that. Good boy. No, I love you, but I'm in charge of this space, not you. Come here. Come on. Yeah, I love you. There you go, Babas. Yeah, there it goes. There you go. So you read my mind. I was thinking about asking you out when I brought Blue in. And they do. They pick up on intentions so easily. So one of the things that I'm not going to spend a lot of time on and film is I would highly recommend you bringing not a chair, because that can be dangerous, something like a mounting block that's balanced and hard and they can't destroy it, in here and sitting on it and just spending time with both of these horses. And making sure that they're quietly standing with you. I don't want them walking off and picking at the grass, No, I want them to stay connected to you and your nervous system. So you could always put them both back online and just hold the lead ropes and sit and work on your breath work and work on being regulated, the meditation in the breath work. You'll be amazed at how they will both show up. And that will help them both enjoy this space so much. My horses love my training areas because this is what it's all about. Took a while to get here. Took a while to get here with Blue. He was really messed up. It's going to take a little while with Bandit, but he's eventually going to enjoy being with me and learning with me because it's going to feel good. Right now it doesn't feel good. So you just have to know what to do and take the time to get him to a point where he can come in here and enjoy it. Hope you look forward to our progression. I'll try and film as much as I can.